everyone, it's Nicole from Nicole Loves Nails. Welcome to my channel.
So keep me in your sight, 'cause I can do this all night.
So today's video is for the newest collection from Orly. This is their collection for winter what year is it? This is their collection for winter 2022 and it is called Futurism. So for disclosure, I was sent these polishes from Orly in PR. As always, all thoughts and opinions are my own. However, I also purchased this collection through the Orly Color Pass. Like, I have the yearly membership, so I got 2 of them. Thank you to Orly for sending me this collection. Okay, so that's out of the way. I will fully admit, when I opened up my Color Pass and saw this collection, It
was my cup of tea. Not my cup of tea.
I wasn't a fan. Like, I knew immediately, like, this was not the collection for me. So I don't want to give away my full review, but before we get into today's video, I do want to mention, if you are new around here, hi there. I am Nicole. It is wonderful to meet you. Thank you very much for clicking on today's video. Do consider hitting that subscribe button if you enjoy nail polish related content. I upload new videos every single week featuring a mixture of indie, mainstream, as well as boutique nail polish brands. If you are in fact a returning subscriber, welcome back. How are you doing? Hope everyone's just having a fantastic week. I feel like it's been quite a while since like I sat down and did this type of intro, so it feels pretty dang good if I do say so myself. Alrighty, so I have 6 polishes to share with you all today. As always, links and all that good stuff down in the description box. I also have timestamps down there, and of course a link to my blog post on NicoleLovesNails.com if you'd like to check out all of my swatch photos as well as read a written review. Let's get into the video. First up we have Ascension. Orly describes this one as a blue metallic shimmer. So this polish had a really great formula. It was the perfect consistency for me. I would say this one is very much a very icy blue, but it also has a little bit of like a grayish undertone to it. The metallic shimmer in here is very, well, metallic. It does show some brushstrokes when wet, but I found that for the most part they all disappear as the polish dries. This polish isn't really for me. I kind of feel like all these polishes aren't for me, but I could see why someone would really like this one. I do think it is a pretty color, but it's not for me. So for my full hand swatches, I swatched this one in 3 coats plus glossy top coat. Coverage was okay in 2 coats, but I did have a little bit of visible nail line, so if you have longer nails, you might want to go in for a 3rd. Next up is Dynamism. Orly describes this one as a neutral mauve metallic shimmer. So Dynamism had a great formula. The base, to me, leans a little taupey with mauve-ish kind of undertones. Coincidentally, taupe and mauve are probably my 2 least favorite colors as far as nail polish goes, so this one was definitely not for me. I can see why someone else would like this one, but this ain't it for me. It's just not for me. The shimmer does show a lot of brush strokes when wet, but for the most part they do disappear as the polish dries. And this one does dry down very dull, so you will definitely want top coat just to give it a nice glossy finish. This is one of the more opaque polishes in the release. I only needed 2 coats to reach full opacity. I really don't see anyone needing more than 2 coats. Ignore that ding on my middle nail, by the way. And now we have Fluidity. Orly describes this one as a gunmetal pixie shimmer featuring holographic micro glitter. So Fluidity had a good formula. It was very sparkly. It is also one of the more sheer polishes in the release. I do think if you have any type of free edge, you're likely going to want to go in for 3 coats just to cover up any visible nail line. I wanted to like this one. Once I saw that there was holographic glitter involved, like, I really wanted to love it. The micro glitter is super tiny. I honestly would have called it like a microflake because it does not dry down textured in any way. I don't see removal for it being overly difficult either. But I just kind of feel like the holographic is like a blink and you miss it kind of holographic. Maybe if it had been like actually sunny out instead of fairly overcast, I would have like been able to appreciate the holographic more. But like, it's a blink and you miss it. It's not boom holographic, so it wasn't for me. Again. But I do appreciate that they did that with this one and that it wasn't just like a plain like silvery gunmetal-y gray polish. So I do appreciate that. So I swatched Fluidity in 3 coats plus glossy top coat and easy removal. And now we have Forward Momentum. Orly describes this one as a purple metallic shimmer. So this one had a good formula. It was a little bit thinner than I would have liked. It did have a tendency to run down the stem of the brush. You can see I just flooded the bejesus out of them cuticle crevices, but you know. I do like the color of this one. I will say that I didn't think I was going to, but I did think it was a very pretty color. The shimmer was also very brushstrokey when this one is wet. For the most part, again, they do dry down, but I do think this is one of the more brushstroke prone polishes when dry, like you can definitely still see some brushstrokes in it with the naked eye. I do think this one looked a lot better in person than I expected it to, but I had very low expectations as well, so take that how you want. I swatched this one in 2 coats plus glossy top coat. Next up, we have Industrial Playground. Orly describes this one as a lilac metallic shimmer. So this one had a great formula. It was a little bit thinner than I would have liked, but not at all watery like the previous polish. This was probably my least favorite color out of the entire collection. Like this one was definitely just, it was too pearly, and the pearly metallic that I just do not like. So color and finish was just, this was not it for me. This polish does look very like frosty on the nails. So I will say Orly did hit the nail that these all feel very wintry. I do think this one also is likely going to be a 2 or 3 coater depending on application. According to my notes, I did 2 coats for my full hand swatches, but when I did 2 coats for the live swatch, I feel like it was just a little bit too sheer for me. And I do want to note, this one does show some brush strokes when dry. And the final polish in this collection is called Urban Landscape. Orly describes this one as a green metallic shimmer. So Urban Landscape had a good formula. I am going back and forth on whether or not I like this polish, to be honest. Like wintry greens, not really my thing, especially when they're like this metallic pearly kind of finish. But I feel like I like how my swatch photos turned out, and I kind of was digging it like on my nail in person, but I wouldn't go so far as to say that I enjoyed this polish. And I know that sounds bad, and I don't mean it to sound bad, but this just wasn't the collection for me at the end of the day. I do think this one, I can see why someone else would like this. I do wish it was a little bit more color shifty. I know that would have definitely got me to like this one. This one does show some brush strokes when dry. It's going to be a 2 or 3 coater depending on how you feel about visible aniline. Easy removal. As I mentioned in the video, this was not the collection for me. Like, I do not like metallic finishes. The only exception is like gold metallic. I can get down with that. Maybe pink. But in general, like metallic, pearlized finishes, you lose me there. So I didn't love this collection. On a positive note, I would say that I did think the color story was pretty. I do feel like that it does feel very wintry and like frosty. So Orly did good in that regards. I remember last year, a lot of y'all did not like the color story on that collection or even any of the polishes really. I thought last year's winter collection was pretty nice. I did enjoy that one. If I was going to pick a favorite, I probably would go with Forward Momentum because it's like pink and I like pink. I think that's what I would go with if I was going to go for a favorite, but like, again, this just wasn't the collection for me. If you subscribe to the Orly Color Pass, this collection will come with a 1 ounce, a 1 ounce jar of cuticle oil, as well as a reusable shopping bag. I can't remember where I put the shopping bag, so I can't take a picture of it. So I'm sorry, I set it aside so that I wouldn't lose it, and then I lost it anyway, So if you are new to Orly, Orly is a mainstream brand. Their polishes are in 18 ml bottles, which is the biggest bottle size that I'm aware of at least. Their polishes are also swell-free, cruelty-free, as well as being vegan-friendly. They have a fantastic brush, which I personally really enjoy. This collection is available right now in all the places Orly is sold. If you'd like to pick it up at a discount, I would recommend checking out beyondpolish.com. I do have an affiliate code with that company for 10% off individual polishes, and that code is Nicole Loves Nails. I'll have a link in the description box. I also saw on Amazon that the full collection is also slightly discounted from the Orly website as well. I'll have that linked down in the description box as well. I would love to know what everyone else thought of this collection. Like, how do you feel about metallic polishes? Like, really? As far as like Orly goes for all of 2022, I think my favorite collection is probably going to be the fall collection. Or maybe, actually no. I was gonna say the summer collection, but then I was just thinking of the color story and that again. It's like, no. And we all know how I feel about like spring pastels. Like, don't even ask me about spring pastels. So thank you all so very much for watching today's video. If you like my mainstream reviews, don't forget to give this video a big ol' like, share with your friends. I also want to give a huge shout out and thank you to all of my channel members, my besties. Thank you all so very much for all your love and support. Your names are on the screen right now. If you would like to join my channel memberships, I have a link for that down in the description box. Thank you all so very much again. And also don't forget, I've been doing Vlogmas this year as well. So if you haven't watched my Vlogmas videos, definitely give that a check out. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.